You know, depression, we often call it the common cold of mental illness. It's the most common struggle that we have emotionally. And
it can be, there's a lot of degrees. It can be pretty mild or pretty severe, can't it?
Oh, absolutely. And it's important to kind of even educate yourself on that. There's what psychologists call dysthymia, which is kind of a mild grade depression, all the way to a severe mood disorder or depression. And then there's what we call endogenous depression, exogenous depression, those depressions that come from the outside.
Okay, these are very intimidating words.
Yeah, but it's still important to understand that some depression is the result of things that are outside of you, and that's
circumstances.
Exactly, that's much easier to treat, whereas endogenous depression is neurochemical. It's typically going to require medication and some other kinds of interventions.
And again, if you need medication to regulate a depression, that's all the way from something very mild to something stronger, and everybody's case is different.
But you don't want to treat this lightly. I mean, depression is something that, first of all, can definitely be improved, if not completely cured, with some help. And the vast majority of people that suffer from depression don't get the help that they need.
Well, they feel like I should be able to overcome this. There's a sense of inadequacy, like, you know what, maybe I'm feeling blue, or maybe they just don't have the energy. Depression kind of drains
and
life
as a spouse,
away
I
from
sometimes hear them say, you know, just snap out of it, you know, get over it. What's the big deal? Why would you be depressed? Look at all the great things we have going for us.
And that's really not possible, is it? When you have a depression, it's larger than your ability to overcome it just on your own.
Right, so you want to get some outside help. You want to get some objective help from a therapist, from a counselor, from somebody that's trained in these things to make sure that your spouse is getting the help they need. This is not something you're going to help them kind of get through on their own, just with you.
You know, and if they're resistant to help, one of the things you can do is even just get a simple checklist of signs of depression. You know, if there's appetite change, sleep disruption, you know, mood changes, a sense of hopelessness, you can kind of go down a checklist and you can say, hey, you know,
losing interest in sex, losing interest in social activities, the list goes on and on.
And you could say, you know, it feels to me like so many of these things are there for you, and I would love to see you be able to walk through this and come through on the other side.
Right. So don't treat it lightly. Get the help you need.